Settle in now, finding a position that feels gentle and easy, letting the weight of the day grow quieter with every breath, and giving yourself permission to release the tasks still waiting somewhere else, knowing that here you have nothing to manage and nothing to prove, only the calm rhythm of rest waiting to meet you, steady and unhurried. The room around you is safe and familiar, the walls holding still, the air cool enough to soothe, the floor beneath you firm and supportive, all of it offering a sense of shelter that asks nothing in return. Outside, the world continues at its own quiet pace. But here, within your own space, you can simply notice how the body softens when there is no demand. No rush, only an invitation to stay still. Tonight, we linger with the thought of a cave. A place where gentle light seems to fall from above like stars drifting downward, settling softly into stone and shadow. Just to imagine such a space can loosen the edges of thought. Like lamplight dimming in the evening, like cool night air brushing gently against your skin. The image is simple, and it does not hurry. It's only steady glimmers finding their way into the quiet, giving you something calm to rest with. As you prepare to drift, keep close the thought that everything is steady tonight. Because in this moment, it truly is, and all you need to do is let the stillness support you. Rest comes easily when the mind has a soft picture to hold, and the cave with its falling light can be that picture for you now. Calm and patient, never asking for more than a slow breath and the comfort of release. The thought of a cave where small points of light drift downward like falling stars offers a steady picture for the mind. A picture with no urgency, no noise, only the gentle idea of glimmers moving slowly through still air and touching the stone walls with a glow so faint and steady that it feels timeless. In this image, there is no need to travel, no need to climb or search, only to notice what it feels like when the world around you grows quieter. And the only movement is that soft descent of light into calm space. The cave holds the light the way evening holds a fading sky, wide and patient, each flicker arriving in its own time, never rushed, never loud, only present. Everything is steady tonight. Imagine the air in such a place, cool enough to refresh, yet calm enough to comfort, carrying the smell of stone and earth, a scent that is quiet, natural, and grounding. The floor is even, the walls are broad, the ceiling arches overhead like the curve of night itself. And in this sheltered space, the scattered points of light seem to gather and drift, the way leaves settle on water, the way dust settles through a sunbeam, slow, steady, gentle. To think of this place is to think of quiet rhythm, of repetition that soothes rather than distracts, like the tide rolling softly at a shore, or a lamp glowing dimly across a still room. With each moment you linger here, you are invited to rest in the safety of a pattern that repeats itself with no effort from you. The mind can take comfort in knowing that nothing changes quickly here. Nothing startles or fades away. Everything remains calm and continuous. If you notice your breath, it may seem to fall into the same rhythm. The inhale, like the faint arrival of a starlight glow. The exhale, like its gentle descent toward the floor. This place is not far away in thought. It is close, as close as closing the eyes and letting a picture of light and stone appear behind them. Everything is steady tonight, and in that steadiness, you can let yourself be carried, not by motion, but by stillness, the way a quiet night carries you toward sleep, one calm moment at a time. The idea of a cave where stars seem to fall inside begins simply with the thought of still stone and soft glimmers, and it can be returned to again and again, each time bringing the same calmness, each time offering the same slow rhythm, like a gentle song repeating its quiet refrain without end. And as you linger with it, the thought deepens, widening into many soft pictures that soothe the mind and rest the body. Imagine first a cavern stretching under the earth, its walls smooth with time, its ceiling high above, shaped by quiet ages of patience, and from that ceiling a faint sparkle begins to drift downward. Not bright, not sharp, only steady, like dust in a beam of lamplight, each speck falling at its own pace. Each one soft enough to notice, but never demanding, never hurrying, always moving slowly toward the ground. In this thought, there is peace, because nothing here asks for attention beyond gentle noticing. And the cave remains still, holding its cool air in its patient silence, while the light drifts endlessly down. The image repeats, and with each repetition, the sense of safety grows stronger. The sense of ease stretches wider, till the body itself feels as though it is part of the still stone, supported, unmoving, safe. Everything is steady tonight. As you linger, think of the light not only as specks of stars, but also as the way fireflies might glow in the night fields, hovering for a moment, then drifting down among the grasses. Each one a soft reminder that beauty can be quiet. The cave holds them like a sky turned inward, a place where what is above and what is below meet in the calm middle. And in that meeting, there is nothing but ease. The light falls, the air stays cool, the stone stays firm, and you remain in the middle of it, unhurried, still, surrounded. As you breathe in, the image glows gently brighter, and as you breathe out, it drifts gently downward. Always the same, always repeating, a cycle without end, carrying you deeper into rest. To think of it once is soothing, and to think of it many times is even more soothing, 'cause the mind loves rhythm, loves the comfort of a pattern that does not change. Everything is steady tonight. The cave can be thought of in cycles, each one beginning with the light appearing overhead, then drifting down through the air, then touching the ground and fading into stillness, before beginning again, over and over, endless in its gentleness. Each time you imagine it, the details might change a little, the glow softer or stronger, the air cooler or warmer, but the rhythm never changes, always slow, always steady, like waves folding over one another on a shore, like leaves settling into a quiet pond, like snow falling through a night sky. The stars in this cave fall inward, and the falling itself is the comfort. You can rest in the certainty that nothing disturbs this picture, nothing intrudes, nothing breaks the calm, 'cause the cave is sealed in its stillness, safe and unchanging, only light drifting down. With each cycle, allow yourself to sink a little deeper, the body heavy and warm against the surface it rests on, breath steady, the mind slower, calmer, quieter. Everything is steady tonight. The stars keep falling, and you keep resting, both held by the same quiet rhythm, the same endless ease, the same gentle night. And as this thought stretches on, you may notice how repetition itself becomes soothing, how hearing the same gentle idea again and again softens the edges of thought, quiets the body, and invites sleep closer, step by step, moment by moment, with nothing more to do but listen to the light fall inside the cave, again and again, always steady, always calm, always there. When we return to the thought of this cave, it is as though we step once more into the same stillness, the same wide chamber beneath the earth, where the walls are cool and smooth, the air is steady and calm, and the faintest glimmers of light descend as though a gentle sky had turned itself inward, letting stars fall softly into the quiet interior. Each detail remains the same, yet with each visit you notice something new. Perhaps the way the stone reflects a dim glow, perhaps the way the air feels cool but never cold, perhaps the way the sound of silence itself is like a blanket, covering every surface, holding you in stillness. The repetition brings comfort, because sameness can soothe the mind, and the cave allows that sameness to stretch endlessly, with light drifting down in steady rhythm, always arriving, always falling, always resting. Everything is steady tonight. Think of 5 small moments inside this cave, the way one glow appears above, the way it drifts down through the cool air, the way it pauses as if floating, the way it settles on the ground, and the way the air remains still afterward, ready to begin again. Simple steps, repeating in a circle that never ends. To picture this sequence is to give the mind a pattern so calm that it becomes like breathing, like the slow rise and fall of the chest, like the steady swing of a pendulum that moves without sound. The cave is not dark in a frightening way, but dark in a calming way, softened by scattered light, much like a night room with curtains drawn and a small lamp left dim, where every corner feels gentle. The ground is steady underfoot, the ceiling arches high above, and the air carries a cool scent that reminds you of water deep underground, fresh and grounding. As you linger in this place, you realize that nothing presses forward. Nothing demands. All is simply slow, steady, unchanging, and in that unchanging rhythm, the body can let go. Everything is steady tonight. Each imagined sparkle falls with the same pace, quiet and weightless, as if time itself had learned to move gently. And with every fall, the mind feels lighter, the body feels heavier, and rest becomes the only natural direction. To dwell on this is to dwell on stillness, and to let stillness carry you is to let sleep arrive, gradual and certain, like a shoreline reached by waves, like a dusk that deepens into night, like the way eyes close when they are ready. Everything is steady tonight. The cave, with its falling light, repeats itself endlessly, and in that endlessness there is peace, a peace you can rest with, a peace that asks nothing more than to remain here, imagining glimmers that fall and fall, never stopping, never changing, always soothing. As this journey comes to its final stretch, the thought of the cave remains steady and unchanged, a wide, sheltered space beneath the earth where faint light drifts down like stars turned inward, where stone holds the air cool and still, and where silence gathers around you like a soft blanket. Returning here at the close of the night, you notice how familiar the picture feels now, how the repetition of glimmers falling has become as natural as the rhythm of breath, as simple as the gentle swing of time itself, moving slowly, always steady. Each sparkle appears, drifts through the still air, and rests upon the stone, and then another follows, and another, a cycle without hurry, without end, each one smoothing the surface of thought and inviting the body to sink deeper into rest. Everything is steady tonight. The walls of the cave stay strong and unmoving. The ceiling arches above like a quiet sky, and the ground beneath you remains firm and reassuring, giving a sense of safety that allows every muscle to soften, every thought to loosen. You may picture the glow reflecting faintly off damp stone, the way it settles across the floor like a thin veil of light, the way it fades into stillness as though absorbed by the earth itself. The more you linger here, the more you notice that the cave is not empty, but full of calm, full of the kind of quiet that nourishes without asking, the kind of stillness that supports without effort. Everything is steady tonight. The falling glimmers have no destination, no goal. They only move slowly downward. And in that movement, they remind you that rest itself has no deadline, no urgency. It only happens in its own gentle rhythm. With every imagined cycle, the body grows heavier against the surface, the breath steadier, the mind quieter, until the picture itself begins to blur and soften, like a lamp dimming in the distance, like a horizon fading into dusk, like a thought letting go at the edge of sleep. The cave holds you in its patient silence. The stars fall inward again and again. And in that endless rhythm, you are free to drift, free to release, free to close the night. Everything is steady tonight. And now, as the final images of glimmers soften and fade, the cave becomes a backdrop of calm that no longer needs attention. It's only a quiet presence that stays with you as you slip into sleep. Good night.